Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to License to View, a podcast on the internet where two best friends get together and talk about pop culture stuff, everything and anything you could think of. But today's a special day because, Zach, in case you forget, today is my 27th birthday.
Lest we forget, the kid has risen once again to a year older.
And he always does. And the thing is, so as I've been coming closer, incoming, aggressing, however the fuck you want to call it, towards this day of being 27.
Power stancing towards 27.
Right. Coming closer to the age of the big 3-0. I've been thinking, I've been really nostalgic recently.
Okay.
And not even over anything in particular, just over anything in general.
Okay.
Like I'll be like scrolling through YouTube or Instagram and be like, oh my gosh. I remember back when this and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to ask you before we get into some our general beginning stuff, because in case anyone doesn't understand that we're going to post this episode on the weekend, but we're recording it literally 3 days after we just recorded the last episode. So we're not going to do any news stuff unless something major has happened.
Yeah.
But Zach, what makes you nostalgic?
I don't know, because I've been thinking about that for a while, because it's like, I think it's, I don't even know what it necessarily is, because, you hear the term nostalgia tossed around a lot of times. People toss it around a lot of times with movies that come out recently where they talk about nostalgia bait and stuff like that, and you've got stuff like Stranger Things or like the recent Star Wars movies that people say are nostalgia bait, but I don't know. I mean, I guess it really has to be something that it's like, I feel like it would be something that I have a strong memory with, like as a child or like in my childhood, early teens, something like that. Because when I think about Star Wars, I definitely think about that. I just think about like watching it as a kid, like on the VHSs, and like I don't know. I feel like it's something that it's something for me at least that like not even like inspires wonderment. It's just something that like makes me happy. Just like I think about it. I think back to like whenever I first was introduced to it or something that I did a lot as a kid, and it's just something that I remember having this like warm and happy feeling about whenever I think about it.
I exactly. And for me, it also, as of recently, it's just the smells hit you, and then the smells bring you back.
Yeah.
Seeing like on YouTube, like people who upload like old commercials.
I have
like
seen some,
that really hits me, man. And I saw, and even like we're talking about on Saturday, this past episode, we were talking about Evo, and I saw some Street Fighter 4 stuff, and I mean Street Fighter 4 came out.
Street Fighter 4, watching anything from Street Fighter 4 makes me so nostalgic because Street Fighter 5 is such a garbage game. I think that's another part of it too, where it's like what you have in the current is not good, and so whenever you think back fondly on like whatever you had in the past, because it's definitely how I think about Street Fighter, because Street Fighter 5 for me is such a garbage fucking game, and I just think about the Street Fighter 4 when I used to play that game like literally almost every day. I used to play Street Fighter 4 like all the time, and I wasn't good at it, but I loved playing it just because it was a fun game to me.
Well, I mean, I think Vanilla came out when I was either a freshman in high school or a sophomore in high school, so that was 2008. 2009, something like that. So it's been out. Came out a long time ago. And then when I think about like with Evo, with Marvel, I think back to like actually playing Marvel in an arcade, and then thinking like, where's an arcade? Like, there's no arcades anymore.
No, I mean, there's like, that's the thing is like, there's not like arcades anymore. Like those are kind of dead. Like even in Orlando, I mean, the closest we get is they've got like. The new thing is like you can't just have like an arcade anymore. Yeah. So now it's like
a bowling alley.
Yeah, or they have like bar arcades that have started. Like there's a couple in Orlando that are like bar arcades, which I think is like the closest thing you've got.
The what? For like 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. No, I mean I think especially in like Orlando, they've got like Player One, and they've got like joysticks. So they've got like these like bar arcade things where it's like, and I really think that's the only way that like the arcade scene can even be like, it's not even really a scene because they're just businesses, but like I don't even know if the arcade scene can ever really be back, like that nostalgic era of like you going to the arcade and you put the quarter down, you fucking play it, and it's like your fucking time to shine, baby. But yeah, I mean I just think like arcades by themselves aren't viable as like a business,
yeah.
because just everybody has consoles and everything, so because the whole reason arcades were even relevant is because a lot of people didn't have consoles. Like consoles were fucking expensive back in the days, so it was much cheaper to go to the arcade and like have a pocket full of quarters and play a couple of games. And but now it's like everybody has like a PS4 or a Switch or something like that, and so like people don't really go to arcades for like that kind of thing anymore.
Or even
It's more of like the.
I was talking to one of my coworkers who's 48 and
Hmm.
has kids who are our age. So
Yeah.
I asked him a question. I was like, man, when did the decline of a pure bowling alley happen?
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, even in where we live,
Yeah.
where we grew up,
Hmm.
there's always two bowling alleys that are
Yeah.
pure bowling, like Sandpiper
Hmm.
and the one down off Latson that closed down.
Yeah. Oakbrook Lanes, or what was
Oakbrook
it called?
Lanes or like
Something like that.
Lane 6 or some bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And they were like grungy, dingy, smoke filled.
That one by Oakbrook was a fucking grunge fest for sure.
Right, and even
Yeah.
Sandpiper's still that. But
Yeah.
now bowling alleys only exist in the sense of a fun park. You
Yeah.
have go karts, you have the arcade, you have a restaurant, you have a bar.
Yeah.
Because even where that old bowling alley was, they closed it down, and then like recently they opened up Stars and Strikes, which is like a
Yeah.
fancy ass bowling alley with a bar and a restaurant, and
Hmm.
arcades, and all this kind of stuff. And it takes you an hour and a half to
Yeah.
get a lane because it's some fancy ass bowling alley.
Yeah.
And there's only two bowling alleys in the area, and one is like two pure ones. And it
Hmm.
makes me think back to when I was a child, and we're not even
Yeah.
that old. I'm not even saying I'm fucking old,
Yeah.
but I'm saying like thinking back to like a birthday party when I was
Dude,
like
man,
6.
birthday parties at the bowling
or
alleys were
7.
like the fucking shit, dude.
It was birthday party at the bowling alley, pizza and ice cream with the
Hmm.
jazz cup,
Yeah.
with the jazz white, the white and whatever the fuck the color,
The
turquoise
white,
and
like,
blue,
yeah, turquoise and purple and shit.
the
Yeah, for
jazz
sure, dude.
cup, and then that's the party. But now it's like, and my sister's 15, so
Yeah.
I kind of see when she was growing up. Even Chuck E. Cheese dude is getting rid of the animatronic robots.
What?
Yeah.
That's the saddest
So
thing
I
I've
don't
ever
know if
heard.
they're putting in people in costumes or they're just gonna not have them. I don't know.
Yeah. Damn.
So it makes me question, like,
Yeah.
it makes me nostalgic for when we were children, and it's like MVC2
Yeah.
was a big deal, and even if I was never good at it as a kid because it was too complicated for a kid who was 10,
Yeah.
like doing DHCs and all this, like the fucking unblockables and all this shit,
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. I'm
Let
just
me put out
smashing
that
buttons.
Iron Man unblockable real quick.
Yeah,
I'm in the big 1-0.
infinites and all this shit. Dude, I'm just playing a Cyclops jumping in the air really high. That's all I
Yeah.
know about Marvel back when I was a kid.
Mhm.
But the idea that like even we had arcade in the mall up
Yeah.
until like 10 years ago, where
Yeah.
we would go and then eventually we started seeing that they were selling their cabinets, and I was like, oh no, this
No.
is the decline of
That's
the
the
arcade.
decline, baby. Yeah.
And now there's nothing. Now there's nothing.
Yeah.
Because I even googled this. I googled yesterday. So how do I play Marvel?
Yeah.
How do I play?
You
it?
have to go. I think because I saw that Max did a video about it, and it was like, yeah, it's like the only ways to play Marvel are you have to have a fucking Genesis, or you play on the PS2 version, which, according to him, is like an inferior version of the game. So
Right.
yeah, it's like you have to have like a Sega Genesis. Like who the fuck has a Sega Genesis to play Marvel 2?
Like if you play like when they have it at Evo, what's it gonna be on? Is it a PS? Is it a PC port? Is it? I don't know.
I assume it'll be the Sega Gen. I assume that like they're
Was it
gonna
on?
have.
Was it on PlayStation 1? I don't know.
It was on PS2. It was on Sega Genesis and PS2.
It was on Xbox 360 too. I know that.
Yeah, and Xbox 360. Yeah, so it's gonna be one. I assume that they would do Sega Genesis because it's not a big tournament. It's only 8 man, so I'm assuming they're gonna just have one Sega Genesis, and they're just gonna have 16 or however many games an 8 man tournament plays out to.
Yeah.
So
And and like I said, as I've been coming closer to 30, and I've been kind of like transitioning my world life, my life
hmm
into this old man life of
hmm
Hawaiian shirts and building model kits that aren't like Gundams. I'm talking like NASA rockets. Like
fuck yeah.
I spent like $70 buying like the Apollo lunar module and all this shit. Like that's like dude, like
Nice.
that's fucking old man shit. But before we get into more nostalgic stuff,
Mhm.
have you been checking anything out in 3 days?
So I've been checking a few things out. Mostly, I didn't get a chance to watch Steins Gate, so I don't have an update on that. But speaking about nostalgic, sort of in a way, this was a big piece of news that came out, and so I've been jumping back into this game because of this news, even though it hasn't happened yet. The Dragon Ball Fighters is getting a third season, and it's basically making the game fucking Marvel, which is fucking
Right.
sick. They've got like assist select and all that stuff, so I've been jumping back into Dragon Ball Fighters, and it's still a fun fucking game. I'm liking it a lot. I can't wait for the new changes to come out so that I don't have to face a Goku GT on online ever, because that character's fucking annoying. Um, but Broly came out, and I fucking love playing as Super Broly. I think he's a super fun character. All his grabs and shit, I love it. I love being able to just toss bitches around the whole area. It's great. So I've been playing that. And then I've been reading a lot of manga, a bunch of series that I've been catching up on that I hadn't read in a while. So this morning I read Chainsaw Man. I caught up on that. After the last arc, I don't know if I talked about it, but I caught up to the end of the last battle, and ever since that happened, it's been kind of like a slowdown, like it's ramping up to the beginning of the next arc where everybody's just going after Denji. They all want his heart for some fucking reason that I don't really understand. And it's the same shit where it's like the fucking Game of Thrones of manga where the characters get introduced and they fucking die like 5 seconds later.
Is there an overarching story to the series, by the way?
Right now, it seems like the overarching story is it's so weird because there's not like an overarching story from what I can see so far. I mean, there's like hints of it, but it hasn't been explicitly stated yet. It seems like it's very much just like story to story of now it's at the point where it's like people want Denji's heart for some fucking reason, and so now they have to fight either devils or now they're fighting devil hunters, which is the new arc of just people wanting to kill Denji. And so that's like the overarching story right now. I assume after this next arc, we'll figure out what's actually going on. I know it has something to do with like the gun devil, something like that. So I don't know. We'll see. So I was reading that, and then I started reading Zip Man this morning,
Right.
which I think you talked about, not like last week, but the week before.
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't realize there was only like 4 chapters in, but
Yeah, it's like brand
but I read
new.
like the first two. It's fucking good. I like the character. I like that character type a lot, where it's like the character that has like the misunderstood character with like the scary fucking face,
Yeah.
who just wants to really, like do good by people. I like that character type a lot.
And
It reminds me of another. Oh, what?
I like that they, like I said before, I said it in the episode where I was talking about the manga, but like I like that they actually explain why he's good at what he does.
Yeah, because he's been training for like
That's
since he
like
was a fucking kid.
that.
Yeah.
Like I was, not to stop you there, but I've been rewatching like some Kamen Rider series and some Super
Yeah.
Sentai series, which is essentially what Zip Man is, right? It's tokusatsu.
Yeah.
And they don't ever, like, I was watching Kamen Rider Black, which is great. It's an amazing Kamen Rider. It's one of the best Kamen Rider series of all time. And they don't really explain like why he's good at fighting.
He just is.
They tell you he's a robot. He becomes a cyborg, so you know he's going to be strong, and
Okay.
so he's physically strong. You understand that, but like, how come he can kick so well? Like, you don't know, But if you watch like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like Zordon says, "Give me teenagers with attitude," and it shows you that they're all been training in some sense. So like, okay, I can see why Jason and Zach are good at martial arts.
Right.
So
Still
I
doesn't
like
explain why
that.
Billy's good at martial arts, but
Well, it's just that he's a nerd and he's been trying to learn, so he's been
Yeah.
being taught a little bit by
that's
them.
true. He does get trained by Billy a little bit, or not by Billy, by
By Jason and Zach.
Jason,
And all them,
yeah,
and
Jason and
training
Zach.
and all that kind of stuff. But I haven't caught up with Zip Man yet. I'm still on chapter 3, I think.
Yeah, I think 4 was just recently released, so
Okay.
I'll probably be caught up with it. I mean, I should be caught up with it. There's no reason I shouldn't be by next episode. So hopefully I'll have more to say on that. But yeah, other than that, I mean, that was basically all I was checking out for the most part. So
And all I've done, literally, has been, because I'm on vacation right now until
Yeah.
Monday, and I thought that I was gonna get a lot. I have like a huge stack. I can't even
Yeah.
show you because it's so big. I got a lot of manga for my birthday. I got 20th Century Boys, which I've read before, but they re-released.
I've heard that was good, and then
Yeah.
I heard that it recently ended. I think.
No, it's been
Or was
old
it old?
It's old. It's been
Okay.
old for a long time. It's the same guy who made Pluto and Monster. He's a fantastic mangaka. It's a really great manga, but they've been doing like perfect editions for them. So
Okay, that's what I saw then.
I've
yeah.
been buying those and I have all of them. I bought all of them. Got some for gifts for my birthday, and I bought the rest of them. It's a really great
Okay.
manga. You should read it definitely. But
Yeah, for
oh my
sure.
gosh, excuse me. But for my American comics, like for my comic shop, oh my god,
Yeah.
I've been buying them. I'm up to date with my shop, so there's nothing in my backlog, my pull list. But I have
Okay.
fucking 2 months
2 months worth of
just
comics.
sitting
Jesus.
there, and like it's a lot of Flash and Detective and
Hmm.
you know Dead Eyes and Folklords and a lot of comic books that are great that I want to
Hmm.
read. Power Rangers, TMNT, Power
I
Rangers
really
TMNT.
loved that. I haven't caught up. I haven't read it in a while, but when I was reading it, I really loved that Power Rangers comic. That was a really solid comic.
I have never read it.
I
I've been
like it a
pulling
lot.
it,
I
but
like the introduction of Draken and all that stuff. Like I thought that was a really interesting arc. I kind of like left off it in the middle of the arc after that. Because I think when I stopped it, they were only like 20 or 25 issues in or something like that.
yeah,
But
they're
it
on
was
like
solid.
40 something now, I think, or 50
Yeah,
something or something. Because
that sounds about right.
there's
Because it's
Go
been about a
Go.
year or something since I read it.
Yeah, because there's the main line. There's Go Go Power Rangers. I've
Oh, they've
been
got more than one now?
Yeah,
Oh,
they have
okay.
Go Go and they have the main book, and they've been doing a TMNT Power Rangers crossover. That
Okay.
I have. There's 5 issues coming. There's supposed to be 5 issues. I have the first three. I haven't read them, so I just have
Yeah.
them sitting there stacked. The new Hellblazer. I have all of them. I haven't
Are they
started
doing a
yet.
new Hellblazer? Okay.
Yeah, they ended Hellblazer again, and they brought it back again.
Okay.
So they're on issue 3 or 4, I think. X Men, I have all of them. I've read the first 2 issues. I haven't caught up to issue 5 or 4. Same thing with
Okay.
X Force. All the books that are all of them.
Yeah.
I'm 2 months behind, and not that they're bad. I mean,
It's
just
a
fucking.
lot.
I have a lot to read this week. I'll tell you that.
There's a lot. Yeah.
Besides the comic book stuff, I watched a bunch of ESPN documentaries because I like
Okay.
sports. I watched Dennis Rodman, Rodman for Better or Worse, which is about Dennis Rodman,
Okay.
his life and him growing up, and then going to the NBA and his like ultimate untimely, whatever the fuck you want to call it, descent into not being famous and broke
Yeah.
and all this. It was a really great documentary. So that then I watched. Oh God, the Michael Vick documentary that they just put out, which is a
Mm.
two-parter, 30 for 30 about Michael Vick. Michael Vick, it's a football guy. Other than
Yeah.
that, that's it. I mean, I have a lot of comic books to read, and then I've been looking at a lot of fucking YouTube videos about nostalgic shit.
Yeah. I've been watching. My big problem is that a lot of times, it gets to the point where it's like I get caught up in YouTube, and before I know it, it's like I could have been doing something else, and I've been sitting here watching YouTube videos that don't matter, like 8 out of 10 cats reruns for
Oh my
like
gosh, yeah.
unfun. But yeah, I
I
have
will
the same problem.
I will go back and I will watch 8 out of 10 cats clips all the time.
Yeah,
That
I
or
constantly do it.
but
I don't
only
even know why, because at this point I've seen the same clip like 10 times, but I still
but
think it's
it's
really
not
funny.
even 8 out of 10 cats for me. It's Countdown,
The countdown one gets me for
but
sure. Yeah.
it's mostly When I Lie to You.
I don't watch that one as much, but I definitely countdown. I watch too fucking much. Too fucking much.
Because the whole cast in that show is good.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I love Jimmy. I love Rachel. I love all of
The
them.
whole
John's
yeah.
probably. I like John a lot. John is probably one of my favorite
No,
on
I
that
like
show.
Sean the most.
Yeah, I could see that.
I wish that show existed in the states, not with American people, but with the same people.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or I wish they had a way to stream that show legally so I can watch it besides on YouTube.
Yeah,
Because I can never tell if I'm like, is this the current season? I don't fucking know.
yeah. I have no clue. I don't know how. I don't know what it's. Because I know that there's some place you can watch like the full episodes or whatever of each one, but it's like I don't know where this even is.
Yeah, it's funny that such a basic, which is that concept, that panel show concept is so big everywhere else in the world except for America. Like
Yeah,
the only thing we get panel wise is like dumb singing shows.
yeah. Yeah, we don't really have anything, and it's yeah, because it's super strange. Because it's like over there, especially in like the Britain on that channel, at least it seems like comedians are like so heavily invested in like that channel, and like they're all constantly like doing stuff and like on each other's shows, and each person, it seems like, has their own show that they host, that they have
Well,
like
and you know,
the others on. So
Jimmy had that Netflix show on that Netflix panel show where it was American comedians on it. It was like called like Change the World or so. I never watched
oh,
it,
I never even heard about that. No.
but it was supposed. It's kind of like a panel show thing, but
Okay.
nothing like what you see over there. And
Yeah.
in the comments on YouTube, half the comments are fucking Americans or other nationality people who want to
Hmm.
watch these shows because it's interesting. It's improv TV,
Yeah.
you know. But if you're ready to move on,
We can.
so initially I wanted to do a little more pop culture stuff this
Right.
episode, because of the nostalgia,
Right.
because of getting older.
Hmm.
Makes me think of Blink-182 songs. I guess
Yeah.
this is growing up.
I have to say that for some fucking reason, I don't know why, but I was coming out of work on Sunday, and for some fucking reason, I had Escape the Fate song stuck in my head, and I don't even know why. And I started like humming it, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I like looked it up, and I was like, Escape the Fate, what the fuck? And so then all Sunday or Monday, whatever it was, I started listening for some reason. I went back to my old high school self and started listening to nothing but Mayday Parade, and I felt very weird.
I've never listened to that band before.
It's it's emo. It's a emo in my feels band for sure. But I remember listening to them a lot when I was in high school, and I was like, I like their songs, but I hadn't listened to them like probably since high school or like early college maybe.
Right.
So it was very weird to just like, I don't know why, but they suddenly like jump back into my fucking head for no reason.
Well, speaking about that, is there other bands you go to that are nostalgic bands like this band that you just go back every now and then towards to have an emotional road trip on?
I mean, there's a couple that I can think of off the top of my head. Um, the one that I always go to, like if I want to have like, if I just like I want to like have a laugh and be happy, is I always go back to Nickelback.
Mm.
Just because that always makes me laugh whenever I hear Nickelback.
But do you genuinely like it though?
I genuinely like some of their songs on their first album. Um, I can't even remember off the top of my head. It's been a while since I went back and listened to them, but it's like them. I go back to Maroon 5 a lot. I really like Maroon 5, like or early Maroon 5. I really like songs about Jane. It's probably like one of my favorite albums of all time.
Hmm.
That's one of those albums where it's like it doesn't matter. I can like listen to any song on that album and I love it. So it's like Maroon 5 is one of those bands. I don't really have a lot of other bands besides that like I have like an emotional connection to like that. Maroon
Really?
5 is probably the main one that like I would constantly go back to like every couple of months just to listen to them.
So
Yeah.
I have like probably I have albums for every like part of my life, like
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 albums for every part of my life that
Mm-hmm.
in my mind, if I listen to it, takes me back to that time of my life. Like in middle school, like that second Fall Out Boy album that has like Grand Theft Auto on it and has
Oh
like
fuck!
Saturday,
Fall Out Boy
Saturday
would
on it.
probably be the other one. Yeah.
Fall Out Boy, MCR, their second album, Three Cheers, was huge for me in middle school.
Hmm.
Matchbook Romance, that band was huge for me. Like emo band, like Census Fail,
Yeah.
Thursday, those bands were huge for me in middle school. Billy Talent, those first two
Oh
albums were
yeah.
huge for me. And then as I got into a little older, like eighth grade to high schools, all Kill Switch, all
Yeah.
Trivium. I got more into like metal, not necessarily punky emo stuff, like post hardcore
Right.
stuff. But I was listening to like Billy Talent yesterday. Like they put a new song out recently, but I was listening to one of their older albums from
Oh okay.
when I was a freshman in high school, and it just brought me back to being a 14-year-old angsty kid who could never look like a punk. I never looked like a
Yeah.
punk rock kid, never looked like an emo kid, never tried to be, but
Yeah.
just brought me back emotionally.
Yeah.
Everything meant so much.
Yeah, that did it for me yesterday. I don't know why it was, but yeah, I was like listening to like Escape the Fate and Mayday Parade, and I was like, why the fuck do I like feel like I'm like on the bus to fucking high school right now?
That's so funny, dude. That's so
Yeah,
funny how music can do that, man.
yeah. It was so strange too, because I have no idea what it was. I was just like coming out of work, and all of a sudden I was like, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I like, for some reason, like the lyric popped back into my head, and I was like, what the fuck?
Let me ask you
So,
this, because you're younger than me, but I've had
mhm.
this problem for the last probably 3 or 4 years now,
Okay.
where my brain is maxed out. in the sense that I can't
Mm-hmm.
remember new lyrics. Maybe one or
Mm-hmm.
two songs will get in my brain, especially if it's like a catchy song, like like a pop song. But
Yeah.
like new albums, because when I was in high school or middle school, I would listen to albums on repeat only.
Yeah.
Like so, I can sing every word and note to those first two Fall Out Boy albums,
Mm-hmm.
those first two MCR albums, Metallica, obviously, the first three Metallica albums.
Yeah.
All these albums that were big for me as a kid, I can sing every single lyric
Mm-hmm.
to the Billy Talent stuff, the Rise Against stuff, that kind of shit. But
Right.
now, if I get a new album from like a band that like August Burns Red put a new song out, right?
Yeah.
I love August Burns Red. It was a huge band for me in high school.
Yeah. I love them.
Their new song is great, but I can't remember lyrics. I can't remember lyrics to it, and especially
Okay.
since it's not like I love Opeth, and Opeth put an album out this last year, and I was listening to it being like, I just don't know. I know the rhythm, I know
Yeah.
the beat of the song, but I don't know how to sing. And he's not screaming in the songs anymore. He's singing. So I don't fucking know. My brain
Okay.
has reached a limit where I just cannot remember new lyrics.
Interesting. I don't know if I've ever had that because it's like there's a couple songs that I have like that where it's like I know the lyrics hand down, but most of the time I'm one of those people that like halfway knows the song, and so
Oh,
I'll just
okay.
like I'll sing the parts that I know, and so maybe that's my brain like compensating for it. Like I don't know. It gets to the point though too where it's like I'll do that for like or there will be a song where like I'll know the lyrics and like I sing it all the time, but then it's like if I don't listen to that song for like a couple months, like it's gone, it's out of my brain. Um, so I don't know, maybe it's something like that. But I've never had a. I could definitely see that though, where it's like, yeah, my brain's like maxed out on too much shit.
Well, I reached that point in my life where like I don't need any new bands. I don't need any new
Mhm.
music. I got what I need. The
Yeah,
first 15 years of my life, I've discovered every band that's relevant to me. In past
yeah,
15 or 16 or 17, don't need them. Go
yeah,
away. Like, okay, I'm feeling sad. Okay, I'll pull a Kid Cudi album out.
yeah,
Or I'll pull, whatever emo band I want to listen to, fucking Armor for Sleep or some shit like that.
yeah,
Okay, I want some heavy gym lifting music. Okay, I'll pull out like, Amir or some shit like
hmm,
that, some death metal shit or something.
yeah,
Um, but even then, I'll get new music that I think sounds good. Like
hmm.
I love vaporwave, like synth wave
Dude,
shit.
I've been on like a future funk like kick this past like couple of weeks. I've been because I discovered because when I'm at work, I just like add random shit to like my work playlist on YouTube to just like cycle through while I'm like listening to music. And so I discovered like Young Bay and then Macross 18 and I think it's like
Mm-hmm.
85 to 95 or something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I'd like
Mm-hmm.
discovered them, and so like I've been a huge like future funk kick and just like listen to all that stuff. So
Well,
yeah,
it's like
no,
for me, like when it comes to like the vapor, I don't even know the right genre for it because I'm not really a huge fan of electronic music. I just know like
yeah,
if you even I don't know what the fuck it's called, just 80s sounding inspired stuff. But like,
yeah,
um, oh god, like
hmm,
Time Cop something. I don't know what the full name is. Time Cop, and then Carpenter Brute, I
I've
think.
never heard of that one.
It's all these like really great like vapory 80s synthy bands or
Yeah,
artists, what the fuck you want to call them. They,
okay,
they just essentially remind me of Kavinsky from Drive.
okay,
And it's like, okay, I like it. But even
yeah,
then, I just turn it on and I just zone out. I don't even
yeah,
like listen to it. I just zone out. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
this sounds good, but I'm gonna forget what song is which in the next 5 minutes.
right,
And even at the gym, dude, I was at the gym this morning, and I put a shuffle playlist of all new music that I just found that is added to a playlist to lift to,
hmm,
and I was squatting and I was just like, I don't know what song it is. I don't even hear the lyrics. I just hear noises. And I mean, it's a lot of like death metal and like mathcore, so it's a lot of
right,
just various noises and shit. But
hmm,
I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, But because if I put songs that are songs that I know, I'm gonna lift bad because I'm just too busy singing the songs.
right, yeah,
That's all it is. Okay,
I feel you.
so pop culture. We wanted to hit some topics this topic this week that I thought was really interesting.
Yes,
Oh, real quick, Zach.
yeah,
Oscars,
yeah, that's true.
real fast. Just hit Oscars real fast. Do you
Okay.
know how you did? Because I think I did shit.
I looked at my list like before we started recording, and I did pretty fucking shit.
I got Best Picture. Did
I got Best Director.
Joaquin won Best Actor?
I did not get that.
Did
Yeah.
he got that right?
He got that. I did not pick him to win, and so I did not get that.
Hold
And
on, let me
I don't
pull
think
up.
either of us got lead actress.
Let me pull up Oscar winners real fast because I just don't remember. I didn't watch anything.
I only
Um,
watched like the last like 30 minutes or whatever, just like best picture really, and then I watched it sporadically throughout the night. Like
okay.
I know that I won for I was correct on adapted screenplay. I know that much because I remember seeing that and I was like, "Oh, thank God he won."
Okay, so best picture was Parasite. I got that.
Yeah.
Uh, Joaquin, best actor. I did get that.
Yeah.
Leading actress. I'm gonna scroll this list down. Leading actress was fucking Renee Zellweger. Ugh.
Yeah, that was a stupid win in my opinion. I don't think she deserved it, but it's that biopic shit. Everybody fucking loves the biopic bullshit.
So Brad Pitt won for supporting actor.
Yeah, I didn't pick that.
Laura Dern, I got that one. So I have three so far.
I think I only have I don't think I got any right so far. Yeah,
Tarantino, I picked for directing. Didn't get that.
I got that one.
Um, Toy Story, I got that. Obviously, that's a given.
Yeah, that's a
So
gimme.
that's four for me. And then what was adapted, right?
Adapted I got because that was JoJo.
I put Irishman.
Yeah,
And then original was Parasite. I put Knives Out. So
I put Knives Out as well. So yeah, we didn't get that one right
yeah.
either.
And then cinematography had to go to. It was 1917.
I don't
So
even see it.
I got that.
I don't even see cinematography on this list.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Verge article. So yeah,
Here it is. Yeah,
1971
Roger
cinematography.
Deakins.
So I got
Yeah.
that. So I have
So
five
yeah,
or
we got that.
four.
I think I only got three.
I have four, I think. So
Toy Story 1917 directing. Oh no, I got four.
yeah,
Yeah.
I got Best Picture, Lead Actor, Toy Story, and then so four. Yeah, I got four. So
Yeah,
we're
because I
tied.
got animated, cinematography, directing, and adapted.
So we're
So
tied. Okay. All
yeah,
right. Well, the Oscars were. I didn't watch them. That's how much I didn't care.
they were not good, and they took longer than last year, and I'm just over it. I'm over them taking so long because last year they were actually like on time without the host thing, and now I think that they were like, oh, last year we were on time without a host, so they went without a host again, and all the presenters were like, oh, fuck it, we can just take as long as we want, so they went fucking over.
Do you remember when they had every musical person perform a little bit of their song?
Now they have them do the whole fucking song.
Oh my god, that's why it takes so long. Just cut it out.
Yeah, because every single person that was nominated, every single song that was nominated for best song has to perform their fucking song.
Just cut it out. Just cut it.
Yeah,
Okay, guys.
and then
So,
Eminem performed.
oh,
Boy,
how was that?
it was fine. He did 8 Mile for some reason. I don't know why the fuck he was there, but he did 8 Mile,
You
so
see,
that was
you
cool.
see. I think it was Big Cat on Instagram posted a video of him recording his TV during that performance,
Did he?
and because the camera cut to
Oh, dude, all the
to
fucking cuts to the
Scorsese.
old people. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
it cut to
it was the
Scorsese,
best.
and Scorsese was like, what a
That was the
grump.
best shit. Whereas, like, yeah, them
What
cutting
a
to all the
grump.
old people, and all the old people are like, what do
What
we
a
do?
fucking grump, man. Oh, what a grump.
Yeah.
All right, so speaking of nostalgia and having that be kind of the
Yes.
overarching topic for this episode, I want to talk about
Yeah.
favorite childhood snacks, childhood like snacky things, drinky things. Some are
Mm.
discontinued, some are not. Zach, when you think
Yes.
back to your childhood in Indiana, good old Indiana,
Yes.
where in Indiana are you from again?
Fort Wayne, baby.
What what what,
Northeast.
what is that close to? Like what big city?
Ohio. We're close to Ohio. We're close to Cedar Point, which is in I believe I believe we're close to Cincinnati. I can't remember. It's been so
Okay.
long since I was there. Hold on, let me pull it up on a map real quick. Let me get you some mappy boys. Fuck me. All right, map. Yeah, we're close to Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
We're close to Toledo, Cincinnati. I mean Indianapolis. I mean we're basically like 100 miles away from
Okay.
like any close city, but
So when you
those are the
think
ones we
back to
got.
your childhood, living the
Yeah,
big life in Indy,
in Indy. Yeah.
in Indiana, what do you think about what snacks, what food, maybe
Oh.
TV shows, but snacky things? What do you think back when you think back to you growing up, the
Mm,
eldest of three boys?
yeah.
What do you think about? What foods?
The ones that I think about the most was my grandma. Whenever we would go to her house, she has her pantry, and for some fucking reason, she has like a top thing to her pantry where she would always keep the candy at, and I was always tall enough to just fucking get whatever I wanted. So I would like, I'm surprised I'm not like 300 pounds overweight with how much candy I fucking stole when I was a kid. But she had two things that I always loved to grab from there, which was that she had like the strawberry like cream saver things,
Yep.
and she didn't always have them, but when she had them, I ate like half the fucking bag because those things were fucking bomb.
Right. Yeah.
Love those
Yeah.
shit. And then she had the traditional like strawberry candies where it's like the red wrap. It's like the actual
Yeah.
like strawberry wrapping. She would have those like constantly, so I would
Right.
eat those all the fucking time.
You know, I
So those are
remember
the two big things, like candy wise.
cream savers, and I think they're discontinued now, actually.
Are
Because I
they?
remember, I remember
Damn, I
talking
love
about
those
them
savers.
with my girlfriend. We are at like the store. I made like, oh man, I want some cream savers, and she goes, what? I go, cream savers,
Yeah,
and she's only like a couple years younger than me. But
yeah.
I just guess she never had them, and I was like looking for them, and I just don't think I think they stopped making them.
Damn, damn. I love some cream savers when I was
Yet
a
they
kid.
still make fucking Werther's originals.
Ugh, nobody gives a fuck about that shit.
You
Ugh.
know, and so when I think it back to like my childhood,
Tell me.
the big thing, and going through these rabbit holes of like looking at old TV commercials and old like articles about what was around or discontinued.
Yeah.
The big thing for me, I didn't even remember it until I saw the commercial for it, was these Butterfinger BBs.
Fuck, dude, I forgot about that because they had the Bart Simpson
Yes, the Bart
commercials.
Simpson commercial. I remember I was watching that commercial like yesterday and being like, "Oh my god, I didn't
Oh,
even
that one was
fucking remember
actually
this."
extra special for me because I had no connection to The Simpsons because my parents did not let me
Oh,
watch The Simpsons because
what?
they thought it was bad TV or something
Come
like that.
on,
I think they put it on the same thing of like Family Guy where it was like too
what?
mature for me or something like that.
Come on,
So
Mister
I
and
never
Mrs.
actually got to
Greer.
watch Simpsons when I was a kid.
That's ridiculous. Simpsons is important to growth of a
Yeah,
human being.
I know.
See,
No, I made up for it later on,
I
but
think that's
yeah, but I
probably
remember
why.
watching those, and I wanted to get those specifically. I was like, "That's the
Yeah.
kid from the show I can't fucking watch."
See, I thought those were so fucking good, and those were a big. I remember. I don't know when they stopped making them, but I remember growing up getting those a lot,
Yeah, I remember the Butterfinger BBs for sure.
and I
Those
wanted
were.
them more because Bart had them.
I remember that, and that's. I'm looking at your list, and the one thing that fucking stuck out to me is fucking Tang, dude. I remember
Dude,
eating
yes.
Tang and Sunny D all the fucking time. I
You know,
loved that
dude.
shit.
But speaking, I forgot about this completely just till just now. So, Tang was obviously a big deal.
Right.
All those Tang commercials
Yeah.
with like
The
with
orangutan, dude.
the
That orangutan
orangutan.
always got me.
Was there one with a skateboarding one too?
I'm pretty sure he was, or he like rollerblade. He always had some
Yeah.
like street sport where he was like rollerblading or something like
Back when
that.
rollerblading was a fucking thing.
Oh, dude, those inline skates, son!
Yeah.
I loved going on the street and rollerblading.
Tang and then like Kool-Aid, like the Kool-Aid pouches.
Oh shit, yeah, because they didn't. They had those. No, I remember at my grandma's house, she didn't have the pouches. She'd have like the bottles, like the plastic bottles with the twist
You're
tops.
thinking like Squeeze-Its.
Squeeze. Oh, is that what it is? That's Kool-Aid
Yeah.
though, isn't it?
They
Yeah.
had
Oh,
them, but if you Google Squeeze-Its, that's what you're thinking of, the original one, I think.
maybe Kool-Aid.
Like Kool-Aid
Squeeze it.
Jammers, is that what they're called?
Is that what they're called?
Kool-Aid Jammers were like the pouches.
Squeeze Its. What are they called? Are they still around? Now they're
I
called Bursts, I guess.
I don't
Looks
even
like Squeeze Its own thing.
I don't even see fucking Tang anymore.
I see Kool-Aid Burst. It looks like they were called Kool-Aid Burst. Damn, that was good shit though. I used to drink those. I would drink like a 6-pack of those all by
Oh,
myself.
dude, they go by so fast.
Dude,
Even
they're so
like
good though.
even high seas. I remember like I would drink them, and I had a friend of mine whose older brother would do this where he would drink it, and then he would blow air into it, and he would stomp on it, and it would make a loud ass pop noise.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? Every time I drink a high C now, I would do the same thing. I would slam it down, blow as much air as until I could, and then step on it and just make a loud gun pop noise.
Yeah.
Because that's what kids do.
Yeah.
But dude, so I mention all the time on this podcast. I mention all the time in my life about Pepsi
Yeah.
Blue. I say Pepsi Blue
I
so
actually
much.
I don't ever think I drank Pepsi Blue.
So I talk about Pepsi Blue so much. I don't even know why. It comes up all the time. You know, I think older generations will say Crystal Pepsi was like their thing, but Pepsi Blue For some reason, I was just so fascinated with it, and I don't even remember if I liked it or not. I don't even remember. It was like a
I don't
berry.
even remember drinking it.
It was a cotton candy berry-ish flavored Pepsi that was not good. At least,
Damn. Okay.
but I mean, as a kid, I liked it a lot. Maybe now I would think it
Yeah.
sucked. But it went away after a couple years, and they brought it back in the Philippines, and they brought it back in like the UK. And I just keep
Damn.
hoping
Okay.
that and 'cause the logo was like that S that you used to make in middle school. You know, when you would
Yeah.
draw the S with the 3 lines, the 6 lines,
Hell
and
yeah,
like the
dude.
little
Drew
thing.
that shit all the time on all my papers
That
because
was
I
like
had
how
nothing better to do.
they drew that was how the logo was. Like
Okay.
Pepsi Blue, like that weird little font like you would see like on a dumb T-shirt.
I dig it.
But besides the classic ones, you have the fruit roll-ups, which are still around.
For roll-ups, Gushers were big.
Gushers.
High
Um,
C. I didn't really drink a lot of High C.
oh,
Much more because I was a Kool-Aid Jammer boy.
I
Loved my Jammers.
slammed High C's.
And I was much more of a Capri Sun kid for sure.
Oh yeah, Capri Suns were huge.
Loved Capri Suns.
But speaking about, so I want because this list that we have on our document has some stuff that are gone.
yeah.
And the first one are Dunkaroos, which I never had that much, but they're bringing them back.
I remember Dunkaroos because I remember I preferred those because they had those and then they had the other ones that was like the Ritz cracker version with like cheese. But I much prefer the Dunkaroos because
Yes.
you get the white cream stuff and then you get the cookies. I love that
And
shit.
on the list, I actually have those Ritz things on here too.
Yeah.
But the thing I wanted to mention the most was number 3 on our list, which was Doritos 3D.
I don't remember these.
They came in like a little tube, like a spherical. Like if you click on the link, it was like a spherical. I don't know how to describe it. Like a tube casing. And you would
Interesting.
take the top off, and you would pour them into the top.
Fuck! I do remember this top. I do remember
Yes.
having these. They're like bugles almost.
Yeah, they're like bugles. Yeah,
They're like closed off bugles.
but they're fat triangles.
Yeah, I do remember this tube. Fuck. What happened to these tubes?
I don't know, man, but that
I
shit
used to buy these tubes. I do remember that. I used to have those in lunch. Whenever anybody had those in the lunch, that was the fucking kid you had to talk to, dude.
Doritos 3D and a thing of Tang or high C or a fruit punch jam or whatever the fuck Kool-Aid jammer. That was
Yeah.
my field trip snack.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Like,
Yeah.
Dad, I'm going on a field trip tomorrow to like the aquarium or to like the fucking Astro Space Museum or whatever the fuck. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm not gonna make you anything, so I'm gonna go to the gas station real fast, grab that, there you go. Here's some fucking
There you
bullshit.
go, kid. Out the door you go.
Doritos 3D were big, man.
Dude, I remember these Wonder Balls for sure. I remember when I was a kid, I liked them for the toy inside, but that chocolate tasted, I remember, not very good. That chocolate was
If you see them
not
now
good.
in like at stores, they're like smaller.
Are they?
And
Okay.
there's no toys anymore because people kept choking on them. It's like candy.
Oh. That's the whole point. If they don't have the fucking toy in them, there's no fucking point. Because that
Now-
chocolate's not good.
Now this next on my list I have here is this colored ketchup shit.
I remember that not for I don't remember any other flavors except that I remember that they came out with one when fucking Shrek came out and they had the green ketchup. And for some reason I don't know why if it was me or if it was like one of my little brothers, but my mom bought it because we were like, it's green ketchup, it's green, get it. So yeah.
I remember specifically seeing commercials for this ketchup, this multicolored ketchup, and thinking to myself, what idiot would buy? And I'm like 6, I don't know, 7.
Yeah.
What idiot would want to eat blue ketchup or what green ketchup? Fuck that kid. You know,
Yeah.
that's stupid. But it brought like back a whole wave of memories that I didn't even remember. Like just never eating it, just seeing the commercials being like, this is dumb. Because Zach, now that we're adults and we're cord cutters,
True.
we're really unplugged from a lot of pop culture. Because if you think back,
True.
you know,
A lot of pop culture is commercials, yeah.
you grew up sitting in front of the TV watching whatever TV show you're watching on Saturday mornings, Friday nights, Sunday, whatever, and you were just advertised to your whole childhood.
Constantly. Whenever I wanted to watch fucking X-Men or TMNT, dude, constantly had fucking commercials shoved in my face.
Whenever I would eat these Shark Bite fruit snacks,
Mm.
and I would think about, I'm watching like fucking Foxbox.
Ooh, WB Kids, baby.
Because I'm watching like, fucking, what was that fucking animated robot show, dude?
Dude, it was, what was had the beetle thing, right? With like the the hexagonal
No,
one
no,
that
no.
like a Metabots or
You're
some
thinking
shit?
Metabots. I'm not thinking Metabots. Metabots is great.
Not Metabots?
This is a CG show where the robot was like white and like cubed, like a cube
Was it a
robot.
Roblox show?
Is it? I don't know what's Roblox. I don't know.
You don't know Roblox show.
Maybe.
Hold on.
I never watched it. I thought it looked dumb.
Box shows.
I don't think it's Roblox.
Let's see. No. Oh shit! I forgot about the GI Joe cartoon. Oh, that shit was dope.
Maybe it wasn't
Cubics.
Cubics. That's what it was.
Cubics. That's what it was.
Yep. That show looks
No,
stupid.
fuck! I forgot about Chaotic. Goddamn, dude. That game was fucking awful, but that show was pretty rad.
Dude, so my perfect Saturday morning,
Mm.
because again, my parents had no regard for my health or my life as a child.
Yeah.
Because as your parents were doing the responsible thing and not letting you watch Simpsons as a kid, my dad would watch Simpsons with me, and then on Friday nights he would take me to the rental store, whether it's a Blockbuster or something similar, and he would rent me as a 7-year-old RoboCop,
Nice.
and he would buy me like trolley eggs, like the gummy eggs, or he'd give me some sort of Frito. They used to have Frito chips in a big package that had like dip in it.
What? I don't remember that.
Like a Lunchable almost with like big ass Fritos.
Fuck, I don't remember that.
Clearly not good for your health.
Clearly not.
But he would buy me those and then give me like 2 movies or a wrestling DVD or something to rent.
Yeah.
And then I would either get like a Powerade or some shit because that's my life. And then I would sit in front of the TV and I would fucking watch But Ugly Martians or some bullshit show like that.
I remember for me it was like I remember coming home from school when I was a kid and turning on either Toonami when Toonami was in the afternoons. This was like right at the downfall of Toonami where all they played was fucking Dragon Ball and I fucking hated it. But it did catch me up on Dragon Ball because they played Dragon Ball, they had played Dragon Ball Z, and then they played Dragon Ball GT one after another. And then they usually ran it off with a movie. But then they came in with the Magoozy shit. You remember this fucking shit? This was not even like just because of like everything. I hated all the intermediate shit, but this is the heyday when they had fucking Teen Titans, they had fucking Code Lyoko, they had Totally Spies. Like this was my fucking shit.
My memory of Teen Titans has forever been ruined by.
I don't like the Teen Titans Go. Ugh.
No, not even that. My memory of Teen Titans has always been ruined by being 16 and watching porn on some website and seeing bad clips of Teen Titans that some nerdy person animated, where people are doing bad stuff.
Bad things.
Looking through these lists of like old shows and like thinking back to what I would eat, like obviously like Lunchables were big.
Lunchables were a huge thing, yeah.
The Little Hugs were humongous, were big for me.
Yeah. Teddy Grahams was a big thing. I love Teddy Grahams.
I mentioned this to my girlfriend last night, and she didn't know until I played a trailer or a commercial for it. Do you remember these fruit string things?
Fruit strings? I don't think so.
You might need to Google it. Google fruit string things, and you might have your memory brought back.
Fruit string things. I also think that like, oh no, I do kind of remember those. Yeah, they were like fruit roll-ups, but they were like a creative version where you could like do different shit with it. Yeah,
well, you would pull out the package, and it would be like a fruit roll, like a fruit snack, but in the shape of like a rocket ship or a shape of something. Yeah. You would like pull one piece of it off, and it would come off. Ate a fuck ton of those. Ate a fuck ton of those, man.
I thinking back on this stuff also made me realize that like it was kind of narrowed and like especially with like a lot of the stuff of like what we could get and eat because I mean all of my brothers are basically the same age, so my mom was basically paying for like 3 boys at the same time, so it was like if we wanted to get anything it was like we had to decide on it as a group that we were going to get it. It wasn't like I wanted this so I'm going to get it. It's like no, we all eat Oreos or whatever. But yeah, no, fucking Go-Gurts. Go-Gurts all the time. That was like my lunch.
What was like? So since you had that, I didn't have that because I was the only child until my sister was born. I was the only child for 12 years or for 11 years.
Yeah.
So the me growing up as a kid, I got everything I fucking wanted. But like,
Yeah.
what was like what was the compromise you and your brothers had to make? Like, what was like the common occurrence of snacks?
So there was a common group of things that we had to eat. Like, we always got Oreos was a big thing because we all loved Oreos. Basically, cookies for the most part was like cookies were fine because all of us would eat whatever cookies. Chips we didn't get to go to outside of the box. It was basically we had Doritos, and then fuck, what else do we have? We had Cheetos a lot of the time. Um, so it was weird stuff like that. It was like Go-Gurts where it was basically stuff that like we all agreed that we could all eat, and so it was Go-Gurts was a big thing. Um, let's see, looking at this list, it was like I remember the Doritos 3D were a big thing because we all loved those. Um, we didn't have a lot of like fruit roll-ups. We did Gushers, but a lot of the times my mom would just buy like regular fruit snacks too. Because I remember also when I was a kid, I don't know why, but like my parents were convinced that like red dye 40 or whatever was like it was either like I was allergic to it or they said it would like make me hyperactive or something like that. And so it was like a lot of that stuff where it was like Gushers and fruit roll-ups. There was a time where like they wouldn't let me buy it because or they wouldn't buy it because the red dye 40. So it was a lot of stuff like that too, where it was like I missed out on shit because of fucking
That's
red dye
funny.
40, which has nothing to do with it. It's just a fucking food coloring.
Well, actually, with Pepsi Blue when it came out, that the blue dye they were saying was bad, was not good. So people,
Mm.
there was a big controversy, like, oh no, the blue dye is gonna kill these kids and kill these people because they're, it's blue or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not naturally blue.
It's
Even
fucking
though,
radioactive.
even though there was like Code Red came out like a year before that or something like that. And
Yeah.
surprising that Code Red's still around. Surprisingly,
It's the one thing that's endured thanks to gamers, baby.
dude, game,
Code Red and Mountain Dew.
what a second half life for Mountain Dew. You know, that's funny, man. Because your parents seem way better than my my parents in that
My
sense.
parents were almost like too protective when it comes to this kind of shit. So I don't know. It's got its good and its bad. But I remember Trix yogurt, Go-Gurt and yogurt was like a huge thing because we would all always eat yogurt for breakfast all the time. And fucking for us, a big thing, especially for breakfast, was fucking toaster strudels.
Oh,
Do you realize that
really?
like toaster strudels? Like I looked in a that I can't remember the last time I saw toaster strudels in like in a Walmart or something like that. I feel like they're like discontinued.
No, there's my sister gets them.
Do they? Okay,
Yeah,
maybe I'll have to like take another sneak peek again because I remember like I've scanned before and I haven't been able to see them.
and it's funny because I was never a breakfast kid.
Mm.
Never a
We're huge
breakfast
breakfast
kid.
kids. Yeah.
I only ate like lunch and then dinner, and then if I ate anything early, it was never like breakfasty.
Yeah.
Like never a pop tart kid, never a
We were
toaster strudel
huge
kid.
Pop Tart household, but that was also the thing because my dad didn't always eat breakfast with us a lot of times because he always had to leave for work early. But he made us big Pop Tart kids because his breakfast was always he would have a glass of milk that he would take to work, and then he had fucking brown sugar cinnamon Pop Tarts. So it was like our house was constantly filled with Pop Tarts, and then if he had time to stick around, we would have toaster strudels, and then on the weekends a lot of times my mom would make like eggs and toast and eggs and shit like that, and so yeah.
Man, what a nice white picket fence your family was, dude. What a night! Like your parents cared about what you did and what you washed and what you ate. And your dad drank a glass of milk in the morning.
Constantly, dude. He's a
You
big
know,
milk boy.
dude, my dad and my mom, my parents, like my parents when I was a kid worked different shifts because my dad was a cop, right? My mom would work at night, my dad would work in the morning. So he'd come home before when I got home from like especially early school. And when you were younger, you get home from like preschool or whatever. You get home like
You're right.
early in the afternoon. So
Mm.
he would watch me, quote unquote, watch me. He would put on Toy Story, and then sleep on the couch behind me because he worked nights as
Yeah.
I'm like watching TV, and like, I literally could kill myself. He would have no idea, you know. And then again, a lot of top ramen
Okay.
as a kid, and a lot of
I
everything.
was not
Sam
introduced
mentioned.
to ramen until like high school, college. Like that was a late thing for me.
Whoa, well, I'm also Asian.
Oh, that's true.
I got the Asian DNA, so my mom was
Yeah.
like, even though we're not Japanese or Chinese or whatever, we're Filipino. Still like, okay, it's just cheap ass food for poor people. Let's
Yeah.
get this out, 68 cents. Let's go
Yeah.
ahead and buy 15 of those. that's going to be someone's quote unquote breakfast or dinner.
Yeah.
Well, Zach, anything else you want to mention that make in terms of snacks, drinks? Real lastly, this is not really a childhood thing, but this is more so of a high school thing.
Okay.
It's on the list, but I wanted to mention it because it's a huge part of my life.
Okay.
Because I drink it all the time. Dude, was Vault.
Dude, you know what I realized? That I didn't drink Vault as much, but Vault is at the Burger King's got fucking Vault back in its stocks.
Whoa,
like you can buy,
whoa.
Yeah,
Excuse me?
you can go to the BK Lounge. You know what I'm saying? And get you some Vault soft serve.
Two questions about
Tell
this.
me.
Two questions, because you mentioned this a couple weeks ago after the podcast ended. You eat Burger King, number one.
I do eat Burger King occasionally.
Number two,
there's not a Burger King near me, so I don't eat it really. I haven't had it since I moved down because there's not one nearby. So.
And number two, you're saying there's Vault in the Burger King?
Fuck yeah, dude. They got you. You want some fucking Fountain Vault? Go to Burger King.
Are you sure it's the same Vault? Like Coke Vault?
Yeah, Coke Vault.
I don't believe you.
They also, let me tell you something else that's gonna fucking blow your mind. You go to Burger King, they got more than just regular Vault.
Okay, hold on. They got the Red Vault?
Mm-hmm.
No, listen, Zach, you're fucking lying to me.
I'm not fucking lying. I swear to God, Jason, you go to Burger King right now, you fucking find this Vault.
No, there's no Burger Kings in Charleston.
What? There's no Burger Kings in Charleston?
They've all been closed.
What?
They've all been closed.
That's why, because in Myrtle Beach, they got Burger Kings coming out the fucking ass, dude. There's so many Burger Kings in Myrtle Beach.
You know why Burger Kings are closed in Charleston because you know why they're closed in Charleston.
Yeah, that's true.
Because every Burger King in Charleston has the same exact service.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say why, or I'm not going to guess why, but
Yeah.
every Burger King in Charleston is closed for the same reason that they're all closed in Charleston.
Yeah.
So I need you to go to Burger because you're off today, so you can't fucking bullshit me.
That's true. I am off.
You have to go. Don't even buy food. Don't even buy food. Just walk
I'll just
in,
go and buy.
Take a picture. Don't even buy it.
I'll
just
buy
take
two
a picture.
drinks. Oh, take a picture of the Vault sign
of the fountain drink.
Okay.
And send it to me so I can believe you. Because if not, I think you're lying.
Okay. I got you. You know what? For you, Jason, I will venture out. I'll find the closest Burger King, and I will take a picture for you.
Okay, hold on. Let me see this. Change.org, bring back Vault sodas. When was this posted? 0 have signed, needs 5,000. Oh, hold on. 3,400 have signed. Dear Coca-Cola Company, I, along with many others, would love to taste the nostalgic taste of Vault soda one more time.
Or is it Surge? Maybe I'm thinking of Surge.
You're thinking of Surge, bro.
Fuck.
You're thinking of Surge. You're thinking of Surge, you fucking
sorry.
liar.
I got confused.
Got my hopes up. Well, I'm going to sign this petition right now.
I apologize.
To bring back Vault. Okay.
But Surge tastes just as good.
No, it doesn't. Vault's too different.
Surge tastes great.
Vault is an energy drink, but a soda.
It's true. I actually forgot that, I used to drink Vault a lot when I was a kid. I think I remember because it was one time that I went paintballing, I think. And it was like after we went paintballing, we all got Vaults and like drank them because we were fucking cool kids.
Vault was my favorite soda in high school, dude. This petition's been up for like months, and like it's still not at 5,000 yet. So no one's gonna get back Vault soda. That's sad.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, all right, Zach. So any last words for this episode of License to View? A truly pop culture episode.
A true pop culture nostalgia episode. No, I mean I think we hit all the big shit, man. I just can't believe. I love doing this kind of stuff because like going back and like thinking about all this stuff, it's just I forget like not only how much went away, but like how much shit is like still fucking around.
Yeah, like I said, Dunkaroos are back, and I think they stopped Dunkaroos in like 2012. I think I was reading an article about it, and they're just now bringing them back now. But I've never had them, so I never had a connection to them.
I loved Dunkaroos when I was a kid.
But I have a connection to like a lot of other things on that list that we made. You know, I mean. Yeah. Tang was a big deal to me, man, growing up.
I can't believe Tang is gone. Tang's got to come back.
Sunny
D's still around.
Is Sunny D around? I haven't seen a
Sunny
single
D
kid
is around. You go to Walmart, you can find yourself some Sunny D.
I haven't had a single glass of orange, whatever the fuck orange drink.
I was going to say, it's not orange juice.
It's not orange
juice. Drink.
I cannot believe that I ate so much bullshit as a kid.
Yeah, I ate a lot of fucking garbage when I was a kid.
Now, it makes me, real quick before we end the podcast, it makes me wonder, now that I'm one step closer to death, and one step closer to being a father.
One step closer to the edge? You're about to break?
I'm about to break.
Okay.
Well, will I be the same kind of man that my dad was in various ways? You know, we're both cops.
Mm.
I'm looking to get out, obviously, but we're both police officers. We're
Right.
very similar in a lot of things. I'm a very different man, though,
Mm-hmm.
than my father is and was. But
Okay.
will I also not give a fuck about my kids' health?
Also, just like drop them off at a drop them in front of Netflix and buy them
Like,
like a 12-pack of
even
Vault energy
easier,
drinks.
dude. Even easier. Just fucking. He should have given me Four Loco. As a
Yeah.
kid, just give it to me.
Just do it.
Even like old Surge before, when Surge had all that caffeine in it, should have given me that.
Yeah.
Because I just ate so much bullshit. Like, looking back at it, all I did was watch TV, watch Power Rangers, watch pro wrestling,
Yeah.
and eat snacks. It's no
Yeah.
excuses why I was so overweight in high school. I'm still big, but like, in general, like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like, man. But there's some good stuff though, man.
There's some good classic shit. I want 3D Doritos back, man. That's what I want. Fuck.
Dude, do you remember, real quick? Sorry, again, second time.
Tell me.
I saw this on the list of things that people want to come back, and I never had them. Was these black pepper Doritos?
I don't think I ever
Black
had
pepper
those.
jack Doritos. It was like a black bag.
No, I don't think I ever had those.
I've never had them, but people are like, yeah, they're good, and they were around when we were like in middle
Black
school.
pepper Doritos?
Google it. Google it.
Mm.
Use a black pepper bag, like cheddar jack, black pepper, some shit like that. I don't know, man, but people like them a lot. Apparently, they're super strong.
Pepper Doritos. Huh. These just don't. The fact that just the thought of black pepper Doritos does not sound appetizing to
I
me.
know, right? I know.
Although, I mean, the bad looks fucking cool. I mean, it's black and shit, and it's. I don't know. I'm not feeling it.
Well, guys, this is License to View, a podcast on the internet where
Yes.
two best friends get together and talk about pop culture, movies,
Mm.
all that stuff. And this
Yes.
is the episode that we have for this week, guys.
This is the episode.
This is the episode. We'll see y'all back next week for more License to View. I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll have something.
All right, dudes. Also, Zach, I made a new theme song last week.
Theme song.
I made a new.
I want to do the Mega 64 shit.
Okay.
I want to do the
theme
song.
song. I didn't make a new. It's not my song. I didn't make the song. I just picked a new song.
Yeah.
That I have to credit, obviously, in case whatever.
Right.
But it's I think it's. I'm pretty sure it's either. I can't remember now what it is. It's either MVC2 or Third
Ooh.
Strike. I can't remember.
Nice. Third Strike. Those are both got some pretty fucking good OSTs.
Yeah. I don't remember
Those are
which one I
like
used.
the fucking top of the hill as far as OSTs are concerned for me. Especially Third Strike. Third Strike has got some like fucking good shit.
Yeah, and I can't remember which one I used. I'm pretty sure it's Marvel. I think.
I feel like it would be Marvel, just because that's more timely than Street Fighter Third Strike.
Yeah, I think I did Marvel. I don't know. We'll find out.
Does that
All right,
mean that
guys.
Third Strike's coming back next year to EVO though, dude?
No way.
If they have a Third Strike tournament, is there an anniversary for Third Strike? Because that's the whole reason they're doing Marvel.
Well, do you mean Third Strike or Street Fighter 3? Because I don't know.
That's
The
true.
Third Strike.
You gotta do Third Strike if you're gonna do Street Fighter 3. Like nobody wants to do the other.
I don't know.
Oh, I feel like it already had its anniversary. Oh well, maybe. Third Strike anniversary. No, it's just Street Fighter 30th anniversary.
Okay. I want to take you for a ride.
Third Strike is released in 1999. Oh, it just
Okay.
passed 20
Just
years.
passed. Yeah, it just passed.
Shit.
Oh well.
Well,
Guys,
the console version came out 2000. So yeah.
close enough, I guess. All right, guys. Thanks for listening.